Hello, my name is Anne and welcome to a Tobyknits Quilty Fun special Piazza puzzle mystery. It's time for Clue 4. Ooh, Clue 4. Make sure you've got your trusty little fabric swatch. These are the colors I'm doing, the Valle. Love them. And it's such a pretty colors. And you also want to have your fabulous, dabulous instruction sheet. I usually print out a couple of these little things so that I can write on the clue names. And you might need some clippy clips or pins. And I think that's about all you need. What will she look like when she's finished? Stay tuned, because I'm going to walk you right through putting it together. Okay, see you later. Okay, so it is now time to work on Clue 4 of our Piazza Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I have everything I need ready, and so should you. Let's go over what we need. I am using a 1/4 inch foot. This is one, it didn't come with my machine. My machine came with a plastic one. Actually, I'll show you what that one looked like. That's what my machine came with, which I actually do love because it's clear and see-through, so I can see where I'm going, and it has the extra lines on if I want to do any scant 1/4 inches. This one is strictly a 1/4 inch, and it's a little thinner, so I find sometimes on the fabric it's easier to work with. But this one I just got off of Amazon because it has the little loop thing there, the little guide. And because of that, on my fabric swatch, I write on here which particular foot I've used so I don't confuse it, because you want to make sure, even if your seams are not exactly a 1/4 inch or whatever, you need to make sure they're consistent the whole way through this puzzle mystery. So I have my metallic foot ready to go. I have my stitch length on number 2, and I'm using an Aurifil 2000 thread, which is kind of like a very pale, it's not white, but it's not beige. It's kind of in between. So to me, I use it for everything. So here's our swatch card. I have that ready with all my fabrics numbers on here, letters. I have some extra paper because I want to mark that what clue this is, because by the look of it, we're doing 4A and 4B. So I need to make sure I have that. I have my paper, and I have already gone through and labeled all my fabrics. Now these that I use are from the Fat Quarter shop, and they are called Alphabitties. But you can also just use paper like this and write on it, or you can just have your guide. I usually keep it standing in front of me so I can make sure I see what it is. I have gone through to check that I have the amount that we have been told we've got in our packages. So now, basically, it's just time to make these 2 items, the 4A and the 4B, and we need 2 of each. So let's turn over and check out our instructions. So it says all seams are 1/4 inch, which we knew, and press in the direction of the arrows. Yes, the pressing is important. So I'm going to move this out the way. But first of all, I am just going to get an F square. So this is my F square. Join an F square above a D square, and we need 2 of them. So I'll get 1 of my F squares. This fabric is absolutely gorgeous. This is the Valle that I'm doing. 2 F squares and 2 D squares. Oh, there's only 2 of them anyway. So I'm going to move that over there. And we are going to And I never really bother with how it's gonna, the direction it's gonna go, because we actually never quite know in the full finished scheme. So these, oh, these are going this way. F is on the top and D is on the bottom. F is on the top and D is on the bottom. Let me just put my foot on here. Like that, and we are ready to go. I do use a leader and an ender, so what that is it's a scrap of fabric, and I just pop it underneath my foot, put my needle down, and start to sew, so that my needle's always in the down position and it's always ready to go. Okay, so let's just double check we have got this right. So our F fabric is this pretty, I'll call it my triangles, and the D are the shells, so they are going to be stitched like this. So I'm just going to turn them over, and you can either use pins or clips to pop them together. We'll try one of each and see which we think is better. So that we've got them all lined up nicely together. And we are going to sew those. My leader going, ender going on. So now the needle stays in the down position, and I am just getting my scissors out. And I just snip it off at the back of the ender, so there you can see where it's all together. And that way, this is also called chain piecing. I've hardly used any thread, and I've gone right to either end. So now I just stick this one back on my sewing machine bed so it's ready for the next time. So these are going to be, if I can get them apart. So these are going to be with the F going this way. So yeah, I'm just going to use this and make sure I know which way we're going with my iron. And the F will go that way. So we're going to the dark color. Okay, there's those two nicely sewn and ironed. So let's get them back the way they're meant to be. So we've made two of them. Excellent. Now we are going to join the rectangle F to the top, to the left of the step 1 unit. To the left. Oh gosh, here we go with right and left. So I need 2 more F's. So right, left. Look at my fabric. Don't you just love this? Like, look at these two colors. Like, they don't even look the same. Like, the way the color changes on them. I love that. Okay, so these are going to go to the left, and they will line up there. So we will just line them up. And we'll put a pin, and I need another pin, and another pin, like that. And then this one, same thing. And I'll use this time. And we have no seams to match up, really. I mean, there is a seam there, but it's not matching up with anything. So here we go. My leader is already there, so off we go. And my ender's on, so I can snip that from the back. And here we go. Put that one back up there. Gather up my pins and my clips. All right, so then this one, it's going to go that way. So towards our F. So we need the F's on the top. So I'm going to set my seam first to just relax the stitches. And then just gently coax that over. And see what I mean? These are that way and these are that way. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Oh, these ones all made it the right way. Because we don't know. We have no idea how this is going to go together. When we put the big quilt together, all these pieces. Because, I mean, this could end up doing something like that. You just don't know. Okay, so now we've done that. Now we're going to join rectangle E to the top. So rectangle E is my yellow. And we only have 2 of them. So look at this yellow color. Oh, look at that yellow color. I love it. It's like it's seaweed. And of course, all the stuff on mine, all the gold glows. Okay, so this is going to go on the top there. This is quite an easy one to do today, ladies and gents. Quite an easy one. You should all be keeping up magnificently with me. So I got an SOS call this morning, well, late last night. I have my grandson one day a week, and I had him Monday. But I got an SOS call, could I take him today? So I said, well, I can, but I do have to do a video today. It's in my schedule. Can you bring him over later? So Mr. T is coming over at 11 o'clock. And right now it's 9:30. So those are ready to go. My leader is already in, and off I go straight away sewing. Put my ender back on, snip it off. There we go. I don't know how boring that is for you actually not to see me sewing, but I haven't figured out how to set my camera up so you can see both. Okay, and this we're going to be doing that way, according to my arrows. So I will put that here. It is important to try and get your to press the way it's meant to go, because it may not matter at the moment with this particular clue that we're working on, but it will matter when we are going to stick them all together at the end for clue 10. Oh, that's one of my favorite parts, when we get to stick them all together. Oh, I love that part, because it's like you have no clue how it's going to look. It's super fun. So yeah, it doesn't matter maybe at this point, but it does. So you have to make sure that you've got that right. They look lovely, don't they? I like them. Are you still in my shot? I can't see. Yes. Maybe I'll pop you up a bit there. All right, so next, so we've done that part. all this part is done. Oh, and then it says set aside. Okay, set aside. Okay, we'll set them right there. So that's that part done. We're moving on quite quickly here. So now we're coming to the triangles. And we are going to join the small triangle F to the left of a triangle C. So let's get the C out. Now then, is it the small or the big triangle? Small F to the left of a triangle C. Is it a small C? I feel like it might be a small C, because there's where that's, it must be the big C. I think it must be the big C. Join F, small f, small f. So we need, all right, let's look at this. A small f, and we are making two, so there's my second one. Here's my f's. Small f, and then a small e. Okay. So I'm gathering this is what we're going to look like. Small e. This is what we're doing, right? Let's just check. Small f, f to the left, right, left. Then join the small e to the right. So that's that. All right, that's what we're doing. So now we want to make sure that we're going to line. I always lay them out first, the way they're sort of meant to go. And obviously they don't all exactly fit because we've got 1/4 inch seams everywhere. So I'm going to first of all turn this one over. And do you see the way we've got these squared off edges? Line the squared off edges together. Use your fingers and just guide it over. And while we've got that nice and still there, we will pin. I find sometimes these pins, I'm going to get some better pins. They're okay, but they're, with this fabric, they want to shift it. It's hard for them to go through the fabric, I think. I don't know if it's because of the thing they've got on there, so we'll just make sure. See, now that moved. So I'll move that up a touch. Maybe I'll use the clips. I think the clips might work better. We want to make sure we have it right. There, that's better. And we may as well do this one at the same time. Fold it over, match up your corners. Yeah, them pins aren't working for me today. The clips are better. And we are going to sew that first. This is another reason I use an ender and a leader, because I was finding when it came to sewing the triangle points, because we do sew a lot with this quilt. We do sew a lot of points sometimes, or we start at a point. And I was finding it was messing up it wouldn't start for me properly. It would get all chewed up on the end. So with the leader and an ender, I find it works better. So if we have our C there. This one, the F is going up this way. Okay, so according to my little arrow, we are going this way. Do any of you use leaders and enders? I just find them much easier for me, and I'm not fighting and squabbling with my sewing machine. So essentially what we're making here is what they call a flying geese. So now this one is going to go on here. So we are now going to match it up with this top bit right here, our little end. So it gets lined up here at the top and again at the bottom, like that. There, so there's one. And again, we are lining this up here at this top part, right up at the top, and then down at the bottom. Doesn't matter which one you line up, and it doesn't matter if you're over a teeny bit, that we can trim that off after. Okay, let's get this done. And that one and that one. So which way is that getting? That way. So it's gonna go that way. Don't you love my directions for you? I hope you're managing to sew along here. Don't forget, you can always pause the video until you catch up. I don't really think I sew very fast, but maybe I do. All right, so we have done that part, and it should measure 9.5 by 3.5. Let's see. By 3.5. Yeah, just about. Now this bit here, what's this bit here? Yeah, that's 3.5 too. If you want to trim that little bit off there, then you can. I might just snip mine off. No, I'll probably trim it. Let me just move that out the way. A second. And I'll get... And I'm just going to trim that little tiny bit off. There. There. Now it's nice and straight on that top part. This one's not so bad. There. Just that teeny little bit off. Okay. So next, what do we need to do next? We need to add F, the F square. And we have 2 of those. Excellent. So these are going to go, oh, let's get this out, make sure we have it right. Here's our triangle that way. There's our F. It's going to go right beside. Now, should I? Maybe I'll make sure these match. There. Again, in the grand scheme of things, I have no idea how that will look when we sew them together for the final clue. They always tell you not to worry about direction. with your fabrics. All right, we are now going to sew these two together. This is such a really nice clear to do. So there is this one, and we are going to have that go this way. So we will put it on that side and just give them a little bit of a press. And then we are going to join step 5 unit, which is this part, to the step 3 unit, to the right of the step 3 unit, to the right. So let's put that there. I'm going to do 2 of them. Oh, let's leave that. That goes there. So this, oh, I see. It's going to go like that, I think. Yes, so this, now we do have some seams that I do want to try to match up. So let's see if we can do that. So what I'm going to do is attach okay, so where's the pin? Let's see if we can get this right. This little corner bit here, you see where the thingies match? I want to try to make it fit there. So I'm going to go through here and then go through here, and that's how I want that to line up. And put some clips in. And then this one, I'm hoping will line up then with this. And that looks to me like they're not going the right way. They're both going the same way. So we'll line that up there and that there. Let's do this first one first. Make sure we got this right. Let's see if we got that right. Oh, that one doesn't look that brilliant. But that one's not bad. You can definitely see where that's going. Oh, I'm happy with that. That'll do. And how is this going? It's going that way. So that way, yes. So let's see if we iron it. Will it look a little bit better? I'm never that picky with how I want, unless it's really miles off, and you can see it's really miles off. At the end of the day, nobody's going to come and look at your quilt and look at every seam to make sure they all matched up. I think that's not bad. What do you think? That doesn't look too bad. So there's one. We have to make 2. So here's the other one. So I think it goes that way. That way. Yep. So I will do that one and be right back. All right, so that one's done. And actually they lined up a bit better. So that's good. So our next step, now that we have that, is we need to join an F and a C together. So F goes on the top and C on the bottom. So like that. Look at my little turtle. So we line up our edges. And we take this over and start. that. And then this one is going up to the F. So the F goes, so it's going that way. Okay, so that goes like this. And presses up. And then, according to this, we are going to join, so F is at the top, the big F to the side, like that, okay? So this is a nice, easy one. Just make sure that you've got the one underneath is lining up. Because you don't want it to look crooked. When I'm on the leader, I sew almost to the end of the leader. So if I was sewing on here as I came on, I would sew almost down to about here, so that when I start my next, I'm right at the level. So now this has to go towards the F, so this way. So this has to be on the top so that we can set the seam and then press that way. And I have already made the second one, but we do have to make 2 of these. And I have already done the second one, which I'll show you later. And look, you can see the way they don't all, they look a bit wonky. My seam is okay on that side though. Now we are going to join step B. So this little bit we just did on the bottom here. So again, make sure your E is at the top. And then this will go here. And the only seam we have to line up is this one here. So I'm going to flip that over and then turn it so I can see better where I'm going. And this is where, when you do your seams the way they tell you to do them, so obviously I must have done the other one right. One seam is going that way and one seam is going that way, so that you can nest them together when you line that up. And we'll pin it there. And we'll just make sure that that's there. And sew that. All right, and which way does this little baby go? Let's see. This goes down. So here we are here, so it's going to go down. So we'll set the seam at the bottom. And it will come down. Oh, and that did line up lovely at the bottom there. And you can see mine's a little big here, but all my seams have lined up, so that's okay. I am just going to trim it. And here's the other one that again lined up lovely. So I'm just going to trim that one off a teeny bit because I can, because it's my quilt. And I'm the boss of my quilts. Did you know that? Yeah, I am. So now these are the 2 that we need for section 4B. Section 4A. So I'll get my pin, my trusty Cotton Cuts pin. And this is 4A. And I will stick these 2 together like that and put my pin in it and go in the box. That will go in my box. So now all we have left to do which hopefully is a bit quicker. I'm not going very fast, is our next part, section B. So we've done the big part, and now it's just all these little bits. So let's see what we have to do. We need to join triangle A. And how many are we making? 2. So 2 triangle A's, 2 triangle E's. Oh, look at that lovely color. So we need to make 2 of them. Triangle E. Triangle E to a D. Oh gosh, I love these yellows. Oh, look at that. And then we're going to join them together. I should be right back. Okay, so here is the A and the E and the E and the D, and we are making 2 of them. As before, I have already made one, which you get to see after. So now we are going to join these 2 together, making sure that both of the E's are touching each other. I always think that this looks like a little road, so I'm just going to join these together here and take them over and sew them. Okay, so we've done that, and it's going to go towards the, that's the A, this way. Nope, it's going to go that way, like that. There we go. Want to make sure we're going in the right direction. Okay, that is lovely. And once again, I don't care if they don't all line up exactly. And don't worry about these, because these again are the 1/4 inches. So this is not going to the very ends, because we're going to sew that together somewhere else, I think. So we've got that. So now we're going to join an, okay, join the F square to the E, join the A to the left. Okay, we have to do F and E. So F goes on the top and E goes on the bottom. So again, it's our triangles, and we are lining up our little ends. Just gently move it with your fingers. And we're going to sew that triangle, and this one is going to go up to the F. So up to the F. So the F will be on the top and up to the F. Like that, and then we are going to join the A square, which is this one, and I don't need 2 of them. The A square to the F, so that's going to go like that. I think. F-E, yeah, it's going to go like that. So we will just So let's see, here's the A, here's the F, and here's the E, and it's got to go that way. So we'll set the seam, and we'll go this way. Like that. Then we are going to need a C and an A. So square C and a square A, and they are going to get put together, CA, that way. And this is to go to the A, So the C is on this side, the A is on this side. So let's do it that way with the C on the A on the top. Now we get to build the block. So the C and the A goes on the top, the A and the F goes there, and the E and the A. Okay, so it goes like that. So now what we have to make sure is that we are going to line up all these intersections. So I'll start with this one, and see, we have the one going that way and the one going this way, so they should fit right in there nicely together. So we'll just take these over and sew them. First of all, there's this one. And this is going to go up to the C. So that'll be on the top. Set our seam. Up goes this one. And then this one on the bottom, we want to make sure these are lined up. So again, we'll bring this down. We'll line up this edge to there. Keep my finger on that so it doesn't move. Like that. Oh, how exciting. I think this is the last seam. And this one also goes up that way. So we want this one on the top. Give that a little press and there we go. That one is complete, and our seams all match nicely all the way up there. This one hasn't quite got there, but here's my other one. And I am loving these colors. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love that. Love it, love it. Okay, so here is our 4 B's. So 4B. And there, here, let me get the other one so we can see that. Here are our sections. How are they going to go together? So what do you think? Aren't they gorgeous? Look at this. Clue 4A and clue 4B. Oh my goodness. I am in love with this fabric. It is gorgeous. I can't wait to see this all put together, but it's like, how's it going to go? I wonder, does that like go there? Is it going to go there? Oh, maybe it goes there. It's just so hard to know. It really is. But I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode. These are always much longer than my regulars because I go through the whole sewing steps with you. So I hope it helps. You can always pause the video if you're sewing along with me, or you can just watch it all the way through so you know what to do and then go make your own. Puzzle Mystery is put out by Cotton Cuts. And the thing that I love about Cotton Cuts is you get a package every month, but it's pre-cut for you. You don't have to do anything except sew it together. That's so much fun. I mean, I do enjoy cutting, but when you've got this giant big fat quarter or this giant half a yard of fabric that you have to cut down into a 3 by 3 inch piece, sometimes that's daunting, especially for new sewers. But if you can go with this and get your pieces all pre-cut, and there's no waste. There's no leftovers. So that's also kind of good too. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I will leave some links below where you can still sign up for Piazza. They still have a couple of colorways left, I think. I do have a code, so you'll get a free gift with your first order. And I hope you join me next month for the next clue. Okay, bye.